Before thunder ruled the heavens, before lightning learned to obey a will, before the sky trembled at the name of Zeus. There was a silence so profound it felt conscious. It was not peace and it was not calm. It was the kind of silence that watches, that remembers, that waits. The stars dimmed that night, as though unwilling to witness what fate was preparing to unfold. And the winds abandoned Olympus entirely, leaving the peaks suspended in an unnatural stillness. Clouds froze in the sky, neither drifting nor dissolving, as if the universe itself had drawn a breath and refused to release it. In that pause, destiny did not roar. It whispered, "A child of wisdom will rise, a child who will surpass the ruler of the heavens." The words did not echo through the air. They slid directly into the mind of Zeus and settled there like cold iron, unmoving, undeniable. He had shattered prophecies before, burned their mouths, silenced their temples, proved again and again that force could rewrite fate itself. But this prophecy did not challenge him with rebellion or war. It simply waited, confident in time. Zeus sat upon his throne of cloud and storm, staring into a distance that no longer felt obedient, and memory betrayed him. He remembered Cronus, his father, the titan who had swallowed his own children to escape destiny, only to be destroyed by the very sun he tried to erase. Zeus had sworn never to repeat that weakness, never to rule in fear of tomorrow. Yet fear crept into him anyway, not the fear of battle or rebellion, but the deeper terror of inevitability. He searched the world for answers. Oracles were questioned until their voices cracked. Truth speakers vanished into silence. Temples fell and prayers went unanswered. But wisdom does not hide in noise. It waits calmly, patiently beyond reach, and it waited within Metis. When Zeus came to her, she did not flee or beg. She did not plead for mercy. She smiled. Her calm unsettled him more than any titan ever had. Her wisdom was older than Olympus, older than fear itself. And within her lived thought in its purest form, ideas unshaped by ego, reason untouched by hunger for power. She spoke in riddles that revealed truths Zeus was not ready to accept, answer questions he did not yet know how to ask. And in her eyes lived something far more dangerous than defiance, certainty. If wisdom could give birth to destiny, Zeus reasoned, then wisdom itself must be erased. The act was swift, silent, unnatural. Metis was swallowed whole, consumed not in rage, but in calculation. Olympus did not cheer. Thunder did not roar. The gods did not speak. Something irreversible had occurred. Though Zeus declared victory to the sky, and the storms returned obediently to his command. He told himself the prophecy had ended inside him, dissolved, undone, erased. But destiny is not flesh, and wisdom is not prey. Time passed, and at first the change was subtle, a pressure behind thought, a faint tightening where certainty once lived. Zeus dismissed it. Gods endured pain. Gods commanded chaos. This was nothing. Then the pressure grew, not outward but inward, pressing against the core of his divine mind. Thoughts brushed against his consciousness that were not his own, sharp and deliberate. Ideas formed without permission. Questions arose without mouths to speak them. Something was waking inside, the very place Zeus believed was untouchable. Then came the pain. Not sudden, not merciful. It arrived slowly, like a crown being tightened around his skull, each moment more precise than the last. Lightning hesitated when summoned. Thunder answered late. Storms fractured, striking where they should not. Mountains trembled without command. The sky was still powerful, but it was no longer certain. Inside him, Metis still lived, and her child was thinking. With every heartbeat, strategy took shape. With every thought, purpose sharpened. With every moment, clarity formed, cold, brilliant, relentless. Zeus screamed, and the sound tore through the heavens. The gods gathered, helpless witnesses. They had seen titans fall and worlds burn, but never had they seen their king undone by something invisible. Visions flooded his mind, cities built on reason, Wars won before swords were drawn, rulers undone not by strength but by miscalculation. A future where thunder bowed to intellect, where brute force knelt before thought itself. The agony became unbearable. No weapon could reach it. No storm could drown it. No command could silence it. And at last, Zeus understood. The prophecy had never sought to overthrow him. It had only waited to be born. Broken, desperate, stripped of certainty, Zeus issued a final command. Not to the storms, not to the sky, but to fate itself. Split my skull. The strike fell, not with chaos, but with clarity. Light poured from the fracture, measured and radiant. And from the mind of a god stepped Athena, fully grown, fully armored, bronze gleaming like dawn, shaped by intention. Her spear was steady, her gaze unshaken. She did not cry or rage. She simply stood. Silence claimed Olympus once more. Athena looked upon Zeus not with hatred or triumph, but with understanding. And in that moment, the king of gods realized the truth destiny had carried all along. Power may rule the skies, but wisdom decides what endures beneath them. From that moment forward, the world changed. Wars were no longer won by strength alone. Kings fell to strategy. Heroes learned that courage without wisdom was merely ruin delayed. Athena walked among gods and mortals, unseen yet ever present, guiding minds instead of fists. Zeus still ruled the heavens, but he ruled knowing something greater now existed, and he never again tried to swallow destiny. This myth endures not as a tale of gods, but as a warning carved into time itself. You can silence voices. You can consume truth. You can deny fate. But wisdom waits, and even now, somewhere in the silence. Destiny is thinking. Legends survive only when they are remembered. Like, share, and subscribe to awaken more forgotten tales.